Would you say that this is the worst defeat of McKenna's reign? I know clearly there were a lot of defeats in the Premier League. Those were against, world-class players and world-class sides, whereas this was against a newly promoted Charlton side. In terms of the value of the squads, Town dwarfed what they were facing. And the manner of defeat itself was obviously melted like a chocolate teapot. So with all that added up, would you say it's the worst defeat of McKenna's reign so far?
Oh, put me on the spot there. I'm trying to think back chronologically. I would say anything in the kind of the early days of League One comes with the caveat that we're still getting early into his managerial reign and still getting his teeth into it a little bit. There were some frustrating days then before it all caught fire in League One, but I think we can probably park those in this conversation. Championship didn't really lose many games, did they? I can't remember how many they lost in the end. Was it
6? There was obviously that big defeat at Leeds, wasn't there, around Christmas time? Which was
that was the sort of the most comprehensive one in terms of being sort of outclassed, but it was low budget, newly promoted Ipswich against star-studded Leeds, and so it came with that. Probably the East Anglian Derby away game at the back end of the season.
Yeah.
Promotion just didn't turn up for that game when the stakes were so high, not just being a derby, but what was on the line in terms of promotion. Thankfully, that didn't matter in the end. And then, as you say, Premier League, putting aside the big defeats to Man Cities and Liverpools and people like that, there were some pretty deflating ones in there as well, wasn't there? I don't know. I'd have to give that a little bit more thought, but it would certainly be up there, I would say. The fact that it's at Portman Road, it's against a newly promoted side, it comes off the back of Middlesbrough, and there are some continuing themes that we're going to get our heads around now, I think.